Alrighty, we are going, and turn that down. As you can see, the Ramsey show is ending, and as usual, we'll wait for people to get over from the chat over there into this chat. Alright, so that's over, so let's close that tab and go to my tab. And let's see, I will put in the where you can schedule the link where you can schedule a free coaching consultation assessment, and that would be ramseycoach.com/coach the money. All right, and what up, spring? Much better than winter, summer, or fall, right? Let's see, email about anything. It's right there, but also coachdmoney@gmail.com. What up, Jess? Yes, spring, I do. And today is the 99th episode. I don't need these. The 99th episode of the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. And one more thing, the donation link right there. I'll type it in to give people a handy link. PayPal.me/Coach Steve Money. Alrighty. And we just wait a few minutes for people to get over here from the Ramsey Show chat. That video has just ended on the YouTubes. Let me get my notes ready while we're waiting. And you can, if you have any questions for me or anybody else about anything, you can go ahead and you can just type that into the chat. And people do respond to it, and I'll say something about it as well. Notes. Checking my phone. Checking my notifications. Keeping it real. A lot of people wouldn't do that. Beverage, and then we'll get started here. Spring, if you check yesterday's episode, the September 1st episode, about, I think at the 4-minute and 50 mark, I start the full version of the theme song. It's a parody of Love Yourself by Justin Bieber, which was written by Ed Sheeran. And starting today, I'm just going to do the bridge and the chorus. But I did the music yesterday, so because I wanted to do a nice version of it for the mod to listen to. I don't know if he did or not. But all right, let's go. Let's see, bridge. Okay. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach and why I host this after show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. If you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba-da-boo, live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show where we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, also Ramsey Preferred Financial Coach, and you can schedule a free consultation assessment at ramseycoach.com/Coach Steve Money, or you can just email me at coachstevemoney@gmail.com if you have any questions about it ahead of time, or if you want to talk to me about anything on my channel or anything else. You can also, where is it? That's right, you could add me on the grump, as that kid says, and Instagram, and that would be at Coach Steve Money, no spaces. Just don't put any spaces in there. No spaces is not part of the name. The name is just Coach Steve Money. And if you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, the paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. That is part of the PayPal website. You can also just log into PayPal, click on Send Money, and put in my email address, coachstevemoney@gmail.com. All right, what do we have going on? Let's check in with the chat, shall we? Go for heading over to the game now. Hopes it's a close one. It's 14, Ohio State 14-point favorites. Thanks, Jess. Again, if you want to hear the full version of it, I've done it for I think three or 4 days, and one or two of them was a cappella because I get hit with the copyright claim, but it doesn't matter because I'm not monetized. So it's not really a strike, so I'm not in trouble. It's just the copyright owner can get paid from ads that show, I guess, right before my thing pops up. But also, if you do ad block plus, you won't see any ads. I never see any ads on YouTube. So let's see. Today's Ramsey Show hosts were Dave Ramsey and Dr. John Deloney, friend of the Aftershow, author of Redefining Anxiety. And let's see, I have something that happened on the show. Our pal Shannon moving into a different tax bracket. How about that? And let's see, married, filing jointly. The federal, the 12% tax bracket. And if you don't understand how this works, is that if you say you're lucky enough to make $80,000, married, combined income, say you're lucky enough to make $80,000, right? You're not paying the 22% on all $80,000. Let's say you made $81,000. You made $81,000 in a year. Okay, on the first 0 to 19,750, you're just paying 10%, just like people who are in this tax bracket. So, and on the amount from this to this, the 19,751 to 8,250, you're just paying 12% on that. And so it's not 22% on the whole 8,251 and above. So. But as I was telling her, she's going to get a second opinion on it because it seemed like her tax professional was going to have her withhold way too much money. But another thing that would impact her would be the local, which is the city, and also the state taxes as well. And those are normally just a flat percentage of your income, and it's not based on any type of level there. So that's fun. Always like to talk about chat stuff first if I can. Get me back to the, there we go, back to the chat. Looks like Spring's gonna have to get a new cell phone. Phone is old, it won't work with the number of cell networks. Yeah, I thought when you were talking about your old phone before, I thought maybe you might be running into that soon. Because, yeah, that happens. AJ says that stinks. His phone stopped vibrating when he gets calls, so he had to go back to a ringtone. Interesting. What up, Joe? Thanks for coming by. Right, plus you get to take the standard deduction or itemize, of course. Right? So, AJ says government wants 22% of its wife's raise. Yep. Get your dirty mitts off of it. Yeah, government do take a bite, don't she? All right. Wow, I am... The mic, the level is really, really popping up there today. Am I too loud or something like that? I've turned off the server room fan. So is the sound all right? But it's like really going up into the red. And I don't know if you know, but it's dangerous to have a race car in the red. Let's see. What do we have? We have a where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Market report. All right. So we have everything's up. I don't think anything got back into highs today. I don't believe. Nope. Not there. Check the S&P. I don't think so. Oh, maybe so. Yeah, S&P new high for the S&P. All right. Cool. And the NASDAQ not, though. Or did it? No, looks like it did. How about that? All right. For me, how much money did you make, AJ? Did you check? For me personally, I actually checked today, and I made $3. I'm heavy in the tech stuff, which is the NASDAQ, which was up the least amount today. The small cap Russell Index was up the highest. But as you can see there, look at all the stuff that would be in your large cap. And I'm heaviest in this. So other than Apple, as you can see, they were all down. Yep. So, but I made $3. What saved me was my small, mid cap, and international. Otherwise, it would have been negative for today if I didn't have anything in the small, mid, and international. So that's why Dave tells you to diversify like he does. I really need to find a way to keep the chat window up at all times. All right. AJ was up 50 bucks. Interesting. AJ saw an article that says Amazon is undervalued at $3,300 a share by up to 40%. Is that what it is? What up, Clay? Amazon $34.63. So, but still saying it's not. Well, I know somebody that would agree with you. The guy that says that the S&P is going to close at 5,000 at the end of December this year. But of course, you have the guy that also says that another guy says it's going to close at 4,000. So that it's going to be on major sale, as we like to say, with the optimism. It'll be on sale then if that happens. Yep. So let's see. Anything else I wanted to talk about that I don't have an article up here for? AMC stock downgrade. That has the apes doing what? Fine, I'll click it. That has the apes. And by apes, I think he means Redditors that are doing the stock. Let's see. Oh, apes up in arms. Yeah, probably they downgraded the stock because the earnings report from ticket sales was way low. What would you expect? That's how that works. Speaking of ticket sales, I'm gonna go see the what's the name of the movie? Shang-Chi and the something of the Ten Rings, new Marvel movie, and I'm going to go see that upon Saturday. Normally Saturday will be football day, but we're playing football tonight. Let's see, do I have that? Yes, I have that. That is starting in 1 hour and 42 minutes. That's why Gopher had to bounce, because he was actually going to the game. Ranked number 4 in preseason rankings. And these starting quarterbacks, this is last year's information here, the team stats and stuff, because they haven't played a game yet, so they don't have any other stuff to do. But yeah, tonight at 8 o'clock on Fox. Let's see. Go back to the chat. See what AJ, not gonna lie, skittish to see how the evictions play out. Oh yeah. Don't know what's gonna happen with that. We'll have to see. I thought this was interesting. Not this ad from CNN, but this article from CNN Health, why a COVID-19 vaccine for younger children is taking longer than a vaccine for adults. And I'll have to find the answer to that within the article now, because I did not pre-read this one or even pre-skim it. Let's see. Young as 12 can be vaccinated, but younger children aren't eligible. Children are largely being spared the worst of COVID-19. Hospitalizations and death are much more rare for children than adults, although children's hospitals are filling up in COVID-19 hotspots around the country. Let's see. Timeline. Trial data still being gathered for COVID-19 vaccines for younger children. And so is that why? Once they have the results, they'll need to submit the information to the FDA. We'll likely be able to file the data for 5 to 11-year-olds at some point in September, and then file the application for an emergency use of the vaccine potentially as early as October. Maybe late fall then. Could be available, as we're saying, but that's why that takes longer, I guess. Because I guess they probably focused on adults more, because it seemed to be, at least the regular variant affected adults way more than children. All right. Locast free TV service shuts down after losing copyright ruling. This is an Ars Technica. I had no idea what even this was. I hadn't heard of it. I guess they were taking content from somewhere and broadcasting it for free. Suspending operations is effective immediately. As a non-profit, Locast was designed from the very beginning to operate in accordance with the strict letter of the law. It seems like they might have been bending. They might have been a little bit not towing the line, but a little bit over the line in the law. Let's see, the original story, and that was an update. The original story yesterday said major broadcast networks have won a big copyright ruling against Locast, a non-profit organization that provides online access to broadcast TV stations. Although it's a partial summary judgment, the ruling rejects its primary defense against claims of copyright infringement, which was what? What was there? The lawsuit argued that Locast must secure the consent of broadcasters to retransmit it. Alright, and why were they? Locast fought the lawsuit saying it qualified for a copyright law exemption available to non-profits. Alright. Let's see. If they receive no commercial advantage and do not charge users anything more than what's necessary to defray the actual and reasonable cost of maintaining and operating the secondary transmission service, Locast cites this exemption as the key to its argument, and its argument. The key to its argument that its service is legal. So the judge, I think, found that Locast doesn't qualify because it uses payments from viewers to fund its expansion into new geographic markets, not just to pay for what they're already doing. So, in addition to granting the network's motion, he denied a Locast motion seeking a summary judgment that it does qualify for the statutory exemption. All right, interesting. Spring bought a prepaid smartphone to use the wireless portion. Can get a track phone SIM card for it for 99 cents, but it looks like cell phone cost is going to go from $20 for 3 months to $40 a month, a massive increase. Did you check the one? Who's the one that Dave recommends? Is it Pure Talk? Did you look into that? And also, what's the other one people say a lot? Mint Mobile. Jess uses Locast. Yeah, I'd never heard of it. So, all right, AJ, hit the gym real quick. Hey, while you're hitting the gym, do some working out while you're there too. Don't just hit the gym. And he's got, yummy, ham, steak, and hash browns and fried eggs. Yummy. I think I'm going to get 7-layer dip and some chips for the game tonight, I think, will be my dinner. Sucker for a ham steak, who wouldn't be? And you know what I need to find? I need to find a nice girl that would like to cook things for me, because I'm not a cook, really. And just for me, I often don't think it's worth time to spend cooking things, and so I just go the fast way with it. Pure Talk is the one that Dave recommends. Although I don't know that I've seen a commercial for that recently. I'm trying to think, or heard one when I listened to the audio, which still has all the Ramsey ads in there. Maybe, but he had been. I know that he'd been doing that. So yeah, check out Pure Talk and, like I said, Mint Mobile. I know I can follow a recipe. I've cooked stuff before. It's the time involved in doing it. It doesn't taste good enough for me to not just get something cheap that's already made or just microwavable instead. So, and that's personal choice. That's just me, AJ. I have no problem buying the ingredients. That would be fine. It's more the time of doing it. Let's see. I thought this was interesting. Where'd it go? Is it here? This is the S&P's actual website, actual data on the percentage of large cap funds that underperform the S&P 500. And so what that means, where is it within, let's start with the 1 year. All right, so in 1 year, but this data though is only accurate to last December 31st. So we'll have to give them a break for that. So 60.33% of funds under, what is this? Wait a minute, let's see what this is. I don't know why this says I don't know what the difference of these funds are. Oh, duh, stupid me. This is just, they just use the map here to be the scale, I guess. So 60.33% of the funds underperform the S&P 500. 39.67% of the funds managed mutual funds outperform the S&P 500. So this is at 40%, right at 40%, and that's what Dave says is the average of funds that be, and that's enough for you to try to find some of those 40%, and so you can beat the index. Now within the last 3 years, it goes down some, and the ones that underperformed go up. So that means S&P 500 index fund would be better. And over 5 years, it goes down even more. So, but as far as 10 years and 15 years, and as far as you, if you were picking a mutual fund, Dave always says it's got to have at minimum a 10-year track record. So before this, as to what it does, I did some looking to see if I could find that data, but I didn't see anything that was as easy to understand as this. So I may I'll look into that again at some point, I'm sure, to see what the outstanding data is on that. So, oh yeah, I forgot. Sure. I'm repping the colors today. I believe they're having a blackout over in the Minnesota Dome or whatever their stadium's called, and so High State will be wearing white jerseys. So, like I said, this only goes to 5 years, and this is only S&P 500 versus large cap, and not any of the other fund categories, but you can see some of the other fund categories. Let's see. 10 and 15 years are not available, and I don't know why. The S&P 500 has been around more than that, so I don't know why they didn't do those. But anyway, as you can see, those are all underperformed. Underperformed. That's a different category. The large cap one we already did. So, but as you can see, the mid cap is 50-50 mostly. So that's going to be so. But even right here, that's 60-40, and that's exactly what Dave says. Is that 40% of managed mutual funds outperform the indexes. The small cap, even more. So it's the inverse of this number. So here, 55%, or actually 54.48, if you want to be exact on that, for the 1 year. So again, you're looking at 50% either way. So that's a coin flip. Either way, and as you can see here on the other idea, the multi-cap and the domestic equity aren't really involved here, but here and again the inverse is how many outperformed the S&P 500 growth in this cat. It is the growth index, and so this is almost 62% more. So again, the large cap value is going to be the one that affects it the most. The growth, so like here for the mid cap growth, it's 80-some%. So I think what happens a lot of times is in the small cap core. Now I don't know what the difference between the small cap core and the small cap growth is. The core, I have no idea again on that. But a lot of people, I think what they do is they are looking at just this and not the not this 1 year number here for this. And who knows what it was back in here. If I'm, since Dave has that as his advice and has for over 15 years, has that over for advice, I would think it would be more closer to this of outperforming than the 3 years and the 5 years where they've been down in there. So, but I don't have that information, so I can't really say, but that's what I'm thinking. And so I'm thinking they just see this and this, and they don't look at any of the other stuff, and they're just looking at the one S&P 500 index and not the other indexes. So yeah. Sorry, hopefully that wasn't too boring. I can't imagine the first a lot of the first shows I was trying to explain stuff like this, and I didn't even have any charts or anything because I didn't have it. What up, Matt? Thanks for coming by, sir. Where he lives, if you have Xfinity internet service, you get phone service through them cheaply. That runs off any Xfinity internet signal when available. Yeah, you gotta have the internet signal for that. So yep, that could be some options. Yeah, you could check on that. Also, if you would have cable, I mean, do you even have internet, like wired internet at your house? I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be wired. It could be wireless as well. If you have a service that does that. Joe has read it's 80 to 82% underperform the index. Well, okay, but see, that's not, as I've just shown you, that's not conclusive enough, because you're not saying, on a 10-year timeline. Okay, well, that's tell me where find where you. Oh, you got fiber to the house? Yeah, check with whoever does your fiber and see if they offer phone plans as well, because you may be able to combine that in and get that for cheaper. So yeah. All right, yeah, on a 10-year timeline. Okay, well, like I said, I didn't Google it. I didn't spend too much time looking for it, because what I was seeing was just like lists, and it wasn't very plain as to the comparisons. But if you can find that again easily, just let me know in the Ramsey chat tomorrow, or whenever you see me, or next time you're in this chat, just let me know. And I would appreciate it, and I will definitely check that out. Thanks. So, but then even 10 years isn't long enough. If the 15 is way inverse of that, then that affects the average. That's just, so you can't just pick the 10 years and the 5 years and the 3 years and ignore the 1 year and the 15 or more years too. So that's, you got to look at all those numbers. I mean, and hey, I mean, I will believe numbers if it's a fact and not just somebody's opinion or somebody making up numbers. If it's the actual numbers, that's fine. But that's the way that goes. But it's the same thing with the fees. You're arguing about 2%. basically. Less than 2%. You're arguing about that part where you don't want to pay front load fees. And I get it. If it does, it doesn't make you that much money. If the fund you picked is wrong and it doesn't make over the amount of that 2% difference, then I understand that can add up over time. But basically, it's just for you to get started in the market as soon as you're on baby step 4, and not waste time. You do want to do that. So, but it's it's just that's that's Dave's advice, and that's what his show is for, his channel is for, his advice. And so that's what I give on there, and then people, they're all upset. Well, you can't do, they charge the funds, and it's, you can make 2% more. Yeah, but if you're just talking about it and not actually doing it, you're not making any. So, and if you're just trying to be right, that's not, that's not, doesn't matter anyway. It's actual results is what you want to see. And of course, Dave's big thing is when he shows you the data, and he shows you in Financial Peace Live, when he shows you this is what you can make if you invest from 20 to to 50, I think he uses in that example. Then you'll have this many millions, and it's like 5 or 6 or something like that. And this is bad explaining because I don't know the exact numbers that he used. But anyway, he says 5 or 6 million up there, and he says if I'm half wrong, shut up, because you made that much. So, yeah. No, I know you're not arguing, Joe. It's cool. I'm just saying people do argue about it though in the Ramsey chat. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else we have. Speak no evil of the S&P's 500 never-ending records. Investors buying stocks no matter what shouldn't fool themselves that the future will deliver the chunky returns of the past decade. And that could easily be true. And I can't read this because I'm not subscribed. But basically what it says, the S&P 500 is just like 3 wise monkeys: see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Whatever happens, it just goes up. No, that's not true. If there's a pandemic, it can go down 33% like it did. The market has gone up almost in a straight line since November, despite a troubling list of events that could have justified at least a 5% correction. Investors are incredibly resilient. So, yeah, some things that didn't matter. A burst bubble in clean energy stocks, a sharp rise in treasury yields to March, a big fall in treasury yields since March, China's crackdown on money making, Federal Reserve shifts towards tapering bond purchases, and they haven't done it yet. They're just talking about that they probably will stop buying as many bonds. Yeah, what was going to be my point about this? Oh, yeah, it doesn't always just goes up. It does come down some, but a burst bubble in clean energy stocks, though, that has nothing to do with what Amazon is worth. AJ was just saying that he thinks that Amazon is 40% undervalued. Some investor guy. So, basically it's always some guy, some analyst somewhere. But, he thinks it's 40% undervalued, and that doesn't change. A bubble burst in the clean energy stocks or a rise in treasury yields, that's got nothing to do with how much Amazon or Coke is worth. So, and that always happens. When it goes down a little bit, I always say, Amazon isn't worth less today, just because the stock went down. So, All right. Joe Rogan got the COVID-19 apparently. Alrighty. McFlurry machine broken again. That happens. All right, let's see. Upcoming streams. The Ramsey Show Aftershow show is on every weekday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right after the Ramsey Show YouTube video ends, and that will include Monday on Labor Day. It's probably going to be a replay of the Ramsey Show, but I will be on live as soon as that is over. Around 6 p.m. Eastern Time is when that happens. I do a little thing called, usually, Board Gaming with Steve and Glenn, most Tuesdays, but not for the past one, and maybe not the next one, I don't know. We haven't done them for the past 3 Tuesdays. He's been out of town for a board gaming convention. But he is back now, I believe. So I will have to get with him to see if he's going to do that. And I'm going to play, and my daughter and I have to find a new game and actually start doing it. Make the commitment to doing it, to playing another game together. We spent 13 live streams doing a full playthrough of the fabulous co-op game It Takes Two. We are going to try to do the co-op portion of the Portal 2 game. If we can get her controller to work, and we've been having trouble doing that through Steam's Remote Play, I think it's called Remote Play, I think, on Steam. But her boyfriend got Madden on PC this year, so that means he and I can play. So we are going to play on Friday night at 8 p.m. Friday night, 8 p.m. And he is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and I'm a Washington football team fan, so we'll be using those teams, and we'll have to see what happens there. And that will be using the new Madden 22. I will usually start a live stream just for chatting if the Ramsey Show mod has not posted that day's show by 10 a.m. Eastern Time, as was the case 6 times in the past month. So it does happen. And that's more in a month than usual. So, alrighty, and I'm done moving, so there will be more streams. I do a tech support stream as well. I talk about Washington football team sometimes. I do other solo video gaming stuff as well. So just check out my channel, lots of playlists. Let's see, the Ohio fact of the day. Is the natural resources of Ohio. Besides Ohio's fertile soil, the state is also known for coal, natural gas, and rock salt called halite. I don't know how to pronounce that. Mined from beneath Lake Erie, the state produces about 5 million tons of the salt a year. Alright, that doesn't help me, so let's Googling with Steve. Okay, it is commonly known as rock salt. Is a type of salt, the mineral form of sodium chloride. Okay. Alrighty. That works for me, and I think that might be about it today. Let's do a reload on that and see if it, we can check crypto. I hadn't thought about crypto today, too. It's like, unlike, say, okay, you can, if you're buying a stock, you can distinguish like between Amazon and let's pick one, Ford Motor Company. They report earnings when? Oh, today they reported earnings, so we'll see if that affects anything tomorrow. Also DocuSign, Broadcom.com, GameStop's on the September 8th. But so you can look at those two companies and see how they've done in the past and stuff. Now, when you're comparing which cryptocurrency to go with, I mean, is it just gonna be with the most popular one, or is it? I mean, because basically this is not the company. This is a currency that you're talking about, a currency that almost nobody takes, and so it's just the number of people that are buying it means how much it's worth. So basically, that's would you rather have $1 worth of Bitcoin or a $1 bill? I guess basically. So. Speaking of the dollar, why not? Let's check on that too. The euro is up on the dollar. The dollar is down on the yen. The pound is up on the dollar. The dollar is down on the Canadian dollar. And the Australian dollar is up on the American dollar. Okay, so not a good day on the dollar, the US dollar today. So maybe that's why you do want to have some crypto. I don't know. I don't know that I would recommend that. But but it was the opposite yesterday. The dollar was up on almost all the other nations' currencies. Yep. All right. Once again, I will be on live on Monday on Labor Day. So let's see. No Browns or Bengals. No, sir. I am from Virginia originally. And so we don't have really, there's no near Virginia Beach, near the coast there in Virginia. There's no big college team. And so that's why I even watched some Ohio State games back then, but I wasn't really following college when I lived there. And so as far as switching teams, I never switched away from Washington. Even when I lived in Missouri, I have 2 Chiefs shirts, and I don't think I even bought those. I think those were gifts. But I do still have those Kansas City Chiefs shirts. And if I had to pick between Browns and Bengals, I'd probably go Brownies. And that was even before, recently when they got, started getting better players, and so they should do well this year supposedly. CoinMarketCap.com shows history of the prices. All right, boosted. Shows the market cap, total supply, etc., etc. All right, let's try that. CoinMarketCap. Interesting. Okay, I'll check this out more. But this is if you're interested in this. And this is by no means an endorsement. I do not have any crypto myself. That's big caps. Do not have any crypto myself. And, of course, Dave does not recommend it. China doesn't deal with it at all. And you can't go into a store and buy stuff with that. So I understand that if you invested in it years ago, or even maybe a year ago, you would have more of it now, which I guess you could cash out into dollars, but it's got to have more of a track record and be more widely accepted for me to even say okay, and also, of course, for Dave Ramsey to get on board with that. So, yeah, I know you can buy stuff with it, but you can't buy stuff anywhere with it. I can't go to Kroger right now and go get some dip with it, my friend. So that will not do me any good for my game food. Alrighty. Well, tomorrow is episode 100. I hope you guys can make it. And that will be awesome. I love doing my own show. It is so much fun. And I appreciate. Let's see. Coinbase has a card where you can spend your crypto just like cash. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, see that you got to do. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I see what you're saying, but I mean, you can't use your crypto without going through Coinbase. You can't, you can't go, that's basically like, you got to have a note from your mom saying that. And I understand people think that same way about like a debit card. That's the same thing where you got to have that card, but that's through the same bank that you already have your checking in. So, I mean, I guess if you think about Coinbase as a checking account, okay, I guess. All right. So see how I moved around there, Boosted? And I sort of got with you there. I guess if Coinbase is your checking account, I guess you have no problem with that. So, all right. Well, anyway, but it still has to be more widely accepted, I think. Even though you can use that card in a thing. And if I remember, I will look at that card to see what up with that. To see like if is it a Visa or MasterCard logoed debit card or something like that? Yeah, I'll have to look into that. All right. I got to get out of here and go to does it do a conversion each transaction? Yeah, that's where they get you too on that. I've read. Now I don't have it. Boosted would know better than me. But they get you on the conversions every time, I think. Yeah, for some coins there is a conversion fee. He says it is a Visa card. Alrighty, well, we'll get more into crypto, I'm sure, on a future Ramsey Show Aftershow show. And remember, make smart financial decisions every day. Have a good game night, and I will see you tomorrow.